Sorry about that, chat. I was just wrestling with the new tablet that I got. I gotta say, I'm a millennial. So I'm not a boomer, but I absolutely despise touchscreens. I think it's one of the worst things that humanity has invented. Very difficult to think of other similar inventions. And it's making noises. It's horrible, chat. It's dreadful. The only thing that I wanted a tablet for is to be able to see YouTube's chat, and apparently that is a difficult thing to figure out. Like it's not like on a desktop, you know, you just start the thing and all of a sudden you have the chat. No. It's much more complicated than that. You gotta sign in. You gotta remember your password. This two-step authentication. You then have to like type with the finger like every single fucking letter. And if you make a mistake, you start over. And then you update and it's loading. And you need to update again and it's loading and it takes forever. And then it says that the internet is disconnected. Did you guys like wrestle with your tablets like now? The thing is, like, even now, like, I can see my stream, but for some goddamn reason, it still won't show me the chat. Like, I'm pretty sure the chat is here somewhere, but I'll probably have to figure it out by myself later on, because it's kind of ridiculous. Oh, I can turn on the captions, great. Why is YouTube protecting me from the chat? I think, like, it's kind of like a kids mode or some shit. It's probably on default, right? Like the first time you start an account, it's on kids mode and kids aren't supposed to see the chat. So fucking annoying. It's like the only thing that I wanted was to see the YouTube chat. That's it. Like that's the only reason I got a tablet. And why isn't it like on desktop? Like you just open it and it's there. Why does it have to include other steps? It is what it is. Yeah, you know what? I'll buy a laptop, I'll buy another monitor, I'll buy like an entire hardware just to see the YouTube chat. I'll probably have to spend like 6,000 euros until I figure out how to see a YouTube chat. And I'll have like an iPad, and I'll have a phone, and I'll have a desktop, and I'll have another monitor, and I'll have like 3 keyboards and 5 fucking mice just to see the fucking YouTube chat. I'm calm. I'm sorry. It's just that it's been a stressful day, okay? It's been a stressful day. When money goes out, causes stress. Right now, SRC Maker, my main lady, is managing to make me calm, right? Money comes in, dopamine goes up, stress goes away. So, let's see who gets this one. Sorry, V, for making you read this one. I couldn't help it. Guess who's back? Back again. Shade is back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? I'm not going to sing it though. But yeah, money went in, makes me happy. Still, I would have been a lot more happy if I figured out how to get the chat working on the tablet, right? It's just like I don't even know, like, why do you need to log in while using an app? Like, why can't you just log in using the browser like normally, like you do on desktop? Why is there an app for this shit? Should I tinker with it or should I just like focus on the topic? Anyway, they want to track me. Oh, okay, now it makes sense. See, this is why chat is useful. I can figure out things that normally don't make any sense. But yes, now if you put it that way, an app would allow them to track me. That's, wow. Because I never understood. It's like, why do you need an app when you can just like use the browser in order to access it? Like the app doesn't give you anything except the chat. And so, I'm getting ads. Holy shit, I'm getting ads for my own stream. This is, wow. This is what you guys gotta suffer through, right? I'm sorry. But it's how I make a living. I see the chat. Oh my god. Oh, it's here. Holy shit. It's so fucking tiny. It is so fucking tiny. Oh god, I hate this thing. Okay, so if I put it sideways, it becomes bigger. Is there no option to make like the chat more big? To make it massive? I wanna make it big as my penis. Alright, well, it is what it is. So now the chat is like, okay, this iPad, holy shit. Like it's a normal iPad. It's not a small iPad, but this is like the smallest chat in the entire fucking universe. I have never. I will make a picture. I will make a picture and upload it on Twitter so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But it's like, it's not like the chat is small. It's that the letters in the chat are some of the tiniest that I have seen. Now you can't touch the spread. No, it's on YouTube, right? Like it's part of YouTube's UI, so you can't really do anything with it. Like normally it's nice if you sit in bed and you're looking at it, but like it's bigger on my phone. That's the problem. I think it has to do with the resolution of the tablet. I think it's a very cheap tablet with no, it's not the glasses. It's I'll make a picture and you'll see. I'll put it on Twitter after this is over. Anyway, right, huge disappointment. Wish I could take it back, but I can't because now that it's open, it is what it is. Good thing it was only $100, right? If it was more than that, I would have been really upset right now. Anyone wants a tablet? Tactical Droid, you want a tablet? You can't play my video game on it, so I'm not giving it to you. Right. It's so small, that's what she said. Anyway, right, chat. So, I wanted to make a video today. The video was about Alex Jones, Computing Forever, and Nick Fuentes coming back on YouTube. And I was going to say, the culture is changing. Yeah, we're changing the culture. Finally, you know, we get free speech. You can say whatever the fuck you want. They got banned, chat. They got banned, I think in like 30 minutes before I started the stream. Alex Jones got banned during his live stream. And this happened like in a live stream where he wasn't edgy, like he wasn't over the top or anything. Nick Fuentes as well, also during the live stream. And so YouTube comes out and makes clarifications. I know why Alex said that they will shut it down. I'll explain what happened. So YouTube comes out and basically says, the Biden administration forced us to censor. This is really bad, and we shouldn't have done it. We're really sorry. We're so sorry. We're sorry. And it turns out that the reason that they decided to unban people wasn't like to unban everyone. They only wanted to unban people that got zooked for medical misinformation and for election conspiracy, right? Like you weren't allowed to say that the Biden election was false. And so, allegedly, it's only those people. But, like, the way it was presented in the media, and also, like, the way YouTube itself wrote it, it was understood that, no, like, everyone will get unbanned. Kind of like when Elon Musk managed to get into Twitter, right? And everyone got unbanned. And apparently, YouTube is not going to do that, right? And so, people that misunderstood were Alex Jones and the Catboy. And the problem is, like, they started new accounts. Like, they didn't get their old accounts back. They didn't get unbanned. They just started new accounts. This is why they had, like, 0 subscribers. And so when they started new accounts, they pretended as if everything is okay, but then they got banned anyway, right? So I don't know if it's a publicity stunt. I don't know if it's something that they didn't know. But that's pretty much what happened. So now YouTube banned them, and YouTube says, oh, yeah, we're going to release a pilot program for people to get unbanned. So I think the way it's going to work is that if your channel was banned during COVID or because of the election interference, you can go into the pilot program, file an appeal or something, and that's how you get your channel unbanned. I don't think they're going to allow Nick Fuentes and Alexi Jones to come back again. But the guy that will come back again, and if you are a fan of him, you know, he's a Christian now, I understand. Computing Forever. Computing Forever used to be with the Skeptics back in the day. Was a really nice guy. During COVID, he blew up bigly. He had various guests on his show. He managed to grow a significant audience. And that's when they zooked him. Glad YouTube did during their live streams. Make it painfully obvious to other people who watch them. If not their face, sadly, most of them wouldn't get it. Well, the thing is, like, most people don't really care about censorship. This is the sad aspect. From what I can see on the internet, if someone gets censored, nobody really cares. It's kind of like due course now. Like if Sargon was to be censored tomorrow, people wouldn't get upset as they would get upset back in 2018. People are more calm now. They're more used to it. It's normalized. Computing Forever still does movie reviews on YouTube. I thought his entire channel got banned, though. I felt like he got zooked completely. And I know that he went on BitChute and he had a fragment of the subscribers. So, yeah, I don't know what happened. Yeah, I mean, it's not that most don't care about censorship. It's kind of like people feel defeated. It's like, okay, you got censored. What's next? Like, what can you do to get help? And the answer is nothing, right? Like, if YouTube censors someone, even if you get like a massive group of people in support, nothing happens. So, Devon Tracy is back. Yes, obviously, like he is sneaking it, which is fine. I like Devon Tracy. I think he waited like 5 years or so. He had so many channels, man. I think like he had 6 or 7 channels that got zooked. And so he's in a situation where if no one reports him, it's fine. But if someone reports him, it's not. I hope no one reports him. I really like the guy. What is he talking about now? Like last time I looked, he was talking about Charlie Kirk, and before Charlie Kirk, he was talking about Irina. I know that he used to be a Democrat, like he used to be a leftist. He actually wanted to vote for Hillary Clinton. He didn't like Trump. I'm curious if he changed his mind, though. I know he doesn't like the Second Amendment, that's for sure. Anyway, right, let's look at something that really pissed me off. So, you guys know that Homeland Security, I think it's common knowledge by now, but like Homeland Security decided to do a meme, and they played the Pokemon song "Gotta Catch 'Em All" while showing Mexicans getting arrested. Because according to ICE, to catch them is their real test, to train them is their goal. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all, and like literally just showing arrests while the music was playing. And there were 2 reactions. One of the reaction was people egging Nintendo to sue Homeland Security. Because Nintendo does sue almost everything under the sun that uses their IP. And the reason they do that is because they're abusing... Well, it's not like they're abusing IP laws. No, I'm framing it incorrectly. It's because it's a lot easier to bully a small content creator than to bully the Homeland Security, right? And so... they didn't want to sue Homeland Security. But that's not the main issue, right? The main issue is things like this, and this really upset me. And apparently it upset a lot of people because it got very popular. It got like 3.8 thousand likes, 36,000 views. And you have this person, I don't know who they are. I understand they're a YouTuber or something, which is like fine. That Pokemon video is some heinously evil shit. Using a piece of our collective childhoods to dehumanize targets of state violence. Yeah, but like when you say state violence, don't you dehumanize ICE agents? I mean, if someone has to get dehumanized, why should you win in the dehumanization goal, you know? Anyway, they say, I never want to hear another complaint from injecting politics into our hobby from the right. And I'm like, okay, so let me get this straight. This is what really pissed me off, okay? For the last 15 years, we have suffered under the leftist yoke. For the last 15 years, leftists have shamed talented people in the industry, have managed to get them fired by calling them sexist, bigoted, whatever, and then they replaced it with themselves. And when the leftists got those comfortable positions, instead of making entertainment, they made leftist ideology. So, whether it's TV shows, whether it's movies, whether it's commercials, whether it's anything you want, you would get wokeness. even beer commercials would have a transgender person in it, right? Like even a Gillette commercial would be about boys will be boys and a guy trying to pick up a girl and a black man stopping him, right? Like everything was leftism. Everything was political. And now the right-wingers are doing a meme and you're telling me that this is like over the pale and you're acting this savage? From one meme? From one instance? I dislike these people, chat. I dislike them very, very much. Because the thing is, like, when I was upset, and I still am, like let me show you what they did to Mystique. They're making a new video game with X-Men, and apparently this is like one of the sexiest women in X-Men, because like Mystique can look as everything she wants, and out of all the flavors, she decides to look like a tranny, right? And apparently, like, this is made by Sweet Baby Inc. Now, if I complain about this, immediately I'm called petty, immature. Why are you upset? You know, go cry. Why are you crying? Blah blah blah. That's the criticism that I get, right? If I don't like Mystique. But when right-wingers do a meme, all of a sudden, no, it's not petty. It's extremely important. It's paramount. It's dehumanizing people. Like that meme is robbing away the humanity from all of the drug dealers and the human traffickers and gangsters and whatnot, because apparently those are the ones that ICE is focusing on right now. Like most of, in fact, even in that video, you had like people with gangster tattoos, people getting in handcuffs and arrested for being violent criminals, rapists and shit. Yeah, like, please don't dehumanize them. That would be over the pale. Don't do a beam on them. She does have the Asmongold hair, yes. It is what it is, right? My favorite take was someone saying, you captured her in a uncharitable position. And it's like, look, video game characters should be charitable in every position. Yes, it's kind of like a real-life transgender, I suppose, you know? Like, there are some positions that are uncharitable, so, like, this is why they take the photo from, like, particular angles and with a lot of filter. Is this how video game characters should be now? You know, like, you have a female game character, and if you want to take a screenshot with her to look good, like, you gotta move into a specific angle and use the filter. Ugh. I mean, I know they're aiming for realism, but are we going to that level? Oh, it's a female character in a video game. Take a screenshot. Hold on. I need to turn to the sideways and lower the camera a little bit. No. Okay, can you turn on the filter? Okay, now can you take the screenshot like that? I don't like it. You need to take another one. Whatever happened when you had like a night elf in Blizzard? You press /dance and you can screenshot it in every single angle and it would look just as good. Don't be mean to the fictional character. Yeah. Some idiots need to learn the hard way. Especially, Western game developers. The thing with the game developers, like, I feel bad for them. You know, like, you go and you work at a company, and I speak with them, that's why I know. They go to work at a company, and they know that the product isn't going to sell. They're aware that it's shit. And they sometimes even talk about it, and if they talk about it, no one listens, they get marginalized. Like, at worst, they get called by HR, and they can get fired. Like, they don't really have any creative input. And so, what can you do? Oh, like for them, it's not a job of passion. It's not something they want to do. It's kind of like going to a factory back in the Industrial Revolution and pulling the same lever over and over again in order to make a product that obviously you probably don't even like. Wolverine is made by Insomniac, by the way, the same ones who made Spider-Woke 2. Oh my god. Yeah, and I remember, like, Nexus Mods. Nexus Mods is so interesting. Like, they allowed the mod that added transgender and LGBT flags in Harry Potter, but, like, the moment you had the woke flags being removed from Spider-Man 2 and replaced with the American flag, they decided to ban that. And so these are the people that we're against. Make your own games. Yeah, well, this is what I'm doing. And then you have to deal with payment processors. Then you have to deal with the platform TOS. Then you have to deal with your own publishers. And then you have to deal with your own audience. And you also have to deal with Patreon. And you also have to deal with Subscribestar. Yeah, make your own video games. Is it like, see, this is the thing. Like, most people believe that we live in a libertarian society. We don't. We don't. Everything is so hyper-regulated. This is why there aren't that many movies. Because, like, everything is extremely hyper-regulated. And you don't actually get to make whatever you want. Right. Let's just move on. It's depressing. You know, I actually was looking forward to this game because it's, like, really violent. But I'm not going to support it. Meanwhile, I love how people are starting to meme the British police. And now they're also starting to meme the Dutch police, right? So, like, Dutch police came to my house warning me to not post pro-Russia material online. What should I do, Adons? The liberal Gestapo literally knocked on my door this morning and gave me a warning. What do you think her farts are like? Right, so ACPU police threatened to arrest commander over post he viewed on blah blah. How did we get to this point though? And I'm not even pro-Russia, but I do think, like, if people want to be pro-Russian in a free and just society, and it's limited to posting messages online, I think they should be able to without cops coming out their door, you know? Like, the reason that we used to mock, ridicule, and make fun of Russia was that when people were protesting against the war, you had police officers going on and checking people's phones. And I honestly thought that that's bullshit. You know, and that's why we're fighting Russia, because we don't want to be like them. But apparently, you know, it's this idea, well, in order not to be like them, we have to become them. Because if we allow people to talk freely, we become like Russia. So we need to become like Russia in order to prevent people from talking freely. Like, does that make any sense? It's a very popular take, I see. You know, like, if we allow freedom, we lead to tyranny. And so we need to have tyranny to prevent freedom. X to doubt? I mean, I don't know. I just found that online. So, maybe it's not true. You know, maybe the police didn't come to this person. But, in the UK, I know that police comes for social media posts. Yeah, literally, cancel the elections to save democracy. If we have elections, we ban democracy. And so we need to ban elections to save democracy. It's insane, right? But once you utter it, and you express it, a lot of people go, wait a minute. Another thing that popped up, and this one is bizarre. Hades 2 is about to launch, right? And, you know, like, again, men that try to pass as women, it's fine. I played Hades 2, and I gotta say, the gameplay is okay. Right? Like, I can't complain about the gameplay. The gameplay is solid. However, the characters are extremely quirky, extremely poorly written. They go on and on and on. They talk and ramble a lot. Like more than 3/4 of the dialogue can actually be removed from the game, and it would be an improvement. And the character design is utter shit. Now, the art doesn't look bad, you know, like, the art is well drawn, I guess, you know, the coloring is good, but, like, the characters, they don't look heroic, they don't look inspiring, they don't look wholesome. The only thing that I see is characters that have contempt and disgust on their face. And, you know, unless it's Kratos and it's an anti-hero, I don't want to see, like, the character that I play having nothing but contempt and disgust. And so it's kind of interesting when you see IGN giving it a 10 out of 10. Like, wow, 10 out of 10, really. Hades 2 art is breathtaking. Breathtaking. So, like, what, BioShock level? Like, if you put Hades 2 next to BioShock, like, are you telling me that Hades 2 is on the same league? Breathtaking. Even like, with Stellar Blade, like, would you say that Hades 2 art It's like celebrate. Like what is breathtaking? It's 2D. Like the very fact that it's 2D already would require it to compensate by a lot in order to compare with the other games, right? But yes, it's breathtaking. Characters are captivating. In what universe are characters captivating? Like if characters were captivating, you would see memes with these characters. You'd see people discuss these characters. Like, I'm willing to bet if you get a person that finished Hades and you ask him about which are the characters in the game, more than half of them wouldn't fucking know. I don't fucking know. And I finished the game. I genuinely don't know. The only character that I liked was Strife. And that's it. Everyone else is shit. Oh my god, my friend V used the word Trun in his Twitter post. I'm going to cry now. Boo-hoo. I don't even know like why the word Trun is offensive. Most of the time it's not even used with malice in 2026. Like maybe at some point it was used. But now people just casually use it. It is interesting though that the word cis on Twitter is actually banned. Like if you use the word cis, it's a slur. Worse than the N-word actually. I've not seen people getting banned from the N-word on Sitter, but I have seen people getting banned for the word cis. And since then, the word cis almost like disappeared from the English language. Like, have you noticed that? That is fascinating. So yeah, but the word tranny and the word troon is fine on Twitter, right? Like you can use those. You can't, you're just not allowed to use the word cis. Troon isn't offensive. It's what we gotta use to avoid getting slapped. Troon used to be offensive, right? Cause okay, so I actually know the history of this. Listen, chat. I will take you through the history of these words. So first off, the correct word is transgender, right? Like a person transitioning their gender. They go from one gender to another. So that's how you're supposed to say it. And then people trying to shorten it, they use the word tranny. But tranny stands for transsexual, right? So like transsexual, no, for transvestite, right? So like transvestites were individuals that would go to bar, kind of like drag queens, and they know they're men. They're not saying they're women, but they dress and act like women. So it's kind of like a play, you know, like an adult cosplay thing, right? So they're not transgender. Like it's not a man wanting to be a woman or trying to be a woman. It's a man that just likes to dress as a woman. And so transgender people were very upset about transvestites because when you call the transgender people, and I'm talking this about 2014, 2016, right? So like if you call the transgender people a transvestite, they would take it as an insult because they would say we're not cosplaying, we actually are women. Right? Like that was their ideology. They would say like we're trying to become women, we're not. So when you would use the word tranny, which was to symbolize transvestite, and you'd use that on a transgender, it became a slur, right? And like people within the 4chan community would constantly call them transvestites to upset them. And that's how the activists branded the word the slur. Now, after a while, you got the word troon. Now the word troon is very interesting because it doesn't symbolize all transgender people. Like, I was corrected about this. It's like, no, V, that is not a troon. That's a transgender. And I was like, well, what the fuck? What's the difference? And they explained to me, like, the troon is a caricature, like a toon, right? The exact type of thing when you close your eyes and you see the person like it's a man. And they're ranting and screaming and destroying the entire place, right? The people that are oozing narcissism and they want the entire human race to recognize and validate them. And they go out of their way to seek trouble, to seek conflict. That is the definition of the truth. And so, it's different than transgender, right? But like, as time moves on, it stops being a slur and people just use it. So I hope people got educated. SRC Baker, thank you for being a member for almost 3 years now. 3 more months and it's 3 years. Holy shit. I used Trun, She-Make, and Tranny for myself. So it's totally cool, bro. You know I'm fucking with you. Yeah, but like, again, you say that. But do the YouTube moderators know that? Because it's not how it works. It's not like a YouTube moderator will contact you and ask you. It's like, so is V upsetting you? Is it fine? Is it okay? No, that's not how it works. But I think it's fine. I think it's fine because ever since the new policy, I see Arch. I see a lot of people use these words. As long as you're not using them in a meanful way, like if you're not, like actually using it as an insult, it's fine. The N-word, that one is still, although, like, the N-word isn't as bad as it used to be in 2020 or during BLM. Like, during BLM, the N-word was, they had bots on YouTube, and if you used it, like, immediately the video would get demonetized. No, there was like a black guy that said, "Oh well, it's fine. Like I'll let you call me the N-word. Like you can call me the N-word." I'm like, dude, I'm not calling you the N-word on YouTube. Like it doesn't matter if you let me or not, and it's not because I can't say it. It's because I understand the system, right? Like there are bots that will automatically punish me. It's not because it's not about you. I don't care about you. Like from my perspective, if you exist or don't exist, it's the same shit. But I know that on this platform, you're not allowed to say it, and if you do say it, you get banned, and so that. Anyway, just a few years ago was okay. Yeah, I mean, like, some words become okay, others not. I remember when the word groomer wasn't okay, like, they actually banned groomer on Twitter. Elon Musk bought Twitter, and after Elon Musk bought Twitter, like, a lot of words were okay, but before that, like, literally before Elon Musk got Twitter, if you use the word groomer in any way, you'd get banned. And I remember, like, there were people making fun. It's like the prince was being groomed for kingship, and immediately they would get banned. SRC Maker, thank you for another $10. Issue I have with self-censoring myself around other trans people, including my friend, is that I go out to bars and shit. Really sucks. They are too sensitive about it, and I'm not. I find the word tranny hysterical. It's more like social conditioning. Like, the word itself is not upsetting. And by the way, this is an American thing. Well, not an American thing. It's an Anglospheric thing, right? Anglocentric thing. Where like, words by themselves can be good or bad. We don't have that in Eastern Europe. Like, language is built around body language, tone of voice, inflection, context. And then the words. And so, like, a word by itself should never be unacceptable. But, again, we live on an American internet, so it is what it is. Bro, a friend of mine got a free pass to use the N-word on Facebook. When they asked him for an ID, he uploaded a picture with one taken from an African American. I noticed that, though. I noticed that. That's very interesting. On Twitch as well, right? Like, on Twitch, obviously you're not supposed to use the word. But there's a lot of black streamers that use it constantly. And it's fine. So, like, there is a distinction. I don't know, like, how you can prove your identity on Twitter or on Facebook. Like, I guess if you upload the ID, maybe they see it. But you're right. You're right. Like, if it's a black person and they know it's a black person, usually they don't get banned. It's not a Romanian thing. It's a Latin thing. Oh, I see. I love the day when we told don't say that. Everyone would say it all the time to spite them. We kind of lost that battle, didn't we? Didn't went the way we wanted. The English do that with migrant too. They actually mean criminal. The Bulgarian in Dundee was not a migrant, according to the media. Well, no, like, the thing is, you see like 10 crimes that are committed by migrants, and you start to assume that the next crime is going to be committed by a migrant too, right? And the police is also being very secretive. Like, usually the cops, if it's a white person that commits a crime, they immediately announce it. Like, before the body even gets cold, before the body even hits the ground, they come out and they say, yeah, well, this person was a white person, blah, 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 blah. When they don't say something, it's usually because it's a pokey, right? POC, they call it. And so, like, people assume, oh, cops aren't saying anything, violent crime, must be pokey. Turned out it wasn't, right? Turned out it was a Bulgarian. People change their mind, right? Like the people that initially said it's a Pokey, when they found out that it's a Bulgarian, they were like, oh, okay, it's a Bulgarian. Not that it changes much, right? Because like the ideology of the right-wing nationalists in Britain is that they only want English people, right? Like they're now going at the DNA level. And so if it's from Bulgaria, in their opinion, it doesn't matter if they come there. It's like they should return to Bulgaria. Everyone should live in their own country, you know? By the way, go on ChatGPT and ask what would happen if all the British people from around the world would move back to England. It's actually an interesting thought experiment. Because they don't want you to have fun. It is like the anti-fun police. It's the anti-fun police just never goes away, does it? You know, like, and they always go after what's fun. So like when I grew up, it was cartoons are bad, cartoons horrible. Okay, no cartoons. Then it was video games. Video games are horrible. It's like, okay, no video games. Now it's anime. Anime is bad. Anime is horrible. Like, oh, fucking hell. I wish there was like an allowed entertainment that would be like, okay, this is godly. You need to watch this. British ancestry. if you go like every single person on planet Earth should return to their home based on their mother's ancestry, most people in the world would return to England. Like, England would implode. There wouldn't be like enough people per... there wouldn't be enough meter squares to house all those people. Like, you'd have like stacks of bodies upon bodies of people. Like, you'd have everyone from America, you'd have everyone from Canada, you had people from Europe, people from South Africa. Like, literally all those people would have to be teleported back into England. And so, you would probably... like, you'd end up wiping off most of the Earth population. America would be almost depopulated. Like, you'd probably have, like, a couple of casinos and a couple of American Indians, and that's it. Yeah, like, most of the people on planet Earth, like, most of the white people on Earth would go back to England. Anyway. Let me see if there's any other news. Today is a very slow news day. SRC Maker. Don't forget about cool 1980s and 1990s comics like The Punisher. I remember having to hide the issue of The Punisher in my school bag to read it. Okay. There was a thing in America. It was called the Comic Book Code. And it's literally something that Anita Sarkeesian would have wrote. But Americans back in the day, violence was not actually considered free speech. Did you know that? Like, that's interesting. So, like, violence and pornography was considered to not be free speech. It was considered to be obscenity. And so, the comic book industry, in order to protect itself, they created the Comic Book Code Authority. And the reason for this has to do with this guy, Ernest Debs, right? He took a doctor, which apparently was debunked. Like, almost all of the censorship in America comes from an academic, right? Like, behind every censorship, there's a smiling academic. Not a priest, not a preacher, a guy from a university. And he basically said that kids reading violent shit makes them grow up violent, right? So, psychiatrist Frederick Wertham book, Seduction of the Innocent. And in the book Seduction of the Innocent, he basically describes how kids growing up reading violent comic books become violent criminals. The reason for this is that they had like a massive delinquency problem after World War II because a lot of kids grew up without fathers, right? And this is like a way of America to fix issues. It's, okay, we got a problem, we need a solution now. Let's go after petty shit. Let's go after comic books. And they use this guy, right? They use the research found by Frederick Wertham in order to convince the public that comic books are making kids go insane. So the comic book authority was created in order to self-regulate the industry. And as you can see, these were the criteria. Crimes shall never be presented in a way as to create sympathy for the criminal, to promote distrust of the forces of law and justice, or to inspire others with a desire to imitate criminals. Scenes of excessive violence shall be prohibited. Scenes of brutal torture, excessive and unnecessary knife and gunplay, physical agony should be eliminated. Criminals shall not be presented so as to render glamorous or to occupy positions which create a desire for emulation. Policemen, judges, government officials, and respected institutions shall never be presented in such a way as to create disrespect for the established authority. All scenes of horror, blood, depravity, lust, sadism, masochism shall not be permitted. No comics magazine shall use the word horror or terror in its title. All lurid, unsavory, gruesome illustrated shall be eliminated. Nudity in any form is prohibited. Illicit sex relations are neither to be hinted nor portrayed. Rape scenes as sexual abnormalities unacceptable. Sex, perversion, or any inference forbidden. Seduction and rape shall never be shown or suggested. And so this is pretty much like what Anita Sarkeesian wanted, with a little bit extra. And every single comic book had to abide by this. Now, the funny thing is that the United States wanted the comic to help them with the war on drugs. And they wanted to have, like, Spider-Man fighting against gangsters. And, you know, like, highlighting to kids how bad drugs are. And that comic didn't get the approved by the Comics Code of Authority. Like, that comic didn't get that, right? So, like, a government commissioned comic was not awarded. Now, the thing is, like, why was this important? Like, so what? You know, so what if they had the Comics Code of Authority? Well, you wouldn't be able to sell comics without this. Like no stores would take your comic if it didn't have this brand. If it didn't have this on its page. You know, the idea of, like, publishers, right? Like, not just the publisher, but, like, the distribution, the retail stores wouldn't stack their shelves with your comic. And so it created an underground comic industry where, you know, you'd go, like, on an alleyway or a dark place in order, like, hey, do you want to buy a comic? Yes, I want to buy the comic, yeah. I want to create the evil in society and pervert the children using this comic book. And, yeah, that was pretty much, you know, like, again, American problems require American solutions. But now we're going back to that. Like this is what video games got, and they got the ESRB, which is similar. Now I understand the ESRB is toxic with people demanding wokeness and representation to get proper ratings. This is under the table, like, it's not official, but it's kind of understood. It's like, look, if you want to get a good rating for your game, because, like, some games are in a gray area, right? Like, for instance, the video game Ready or Not. Kind of in a gray area, and it's like, hey, do you want a good guy? Well, you need to hire some consultants from us. You need to make sure that your game adheres to such and such. Now anime is going to go like that. It usually lasts for like 20 years. 10 or 20 years, and then it dies down. Then it moves to something else. Probably AI. I think, like, AI chatbots. Like, after people get tired of anime, they're going to move to AI chatbots. It's kind of cool because, like, the edgy people are always one step ahead, you know? Like, they're complaining about video games while people are already moving on to anime. So, yeah. Stan Lee was the first to sell comics out of the seal. He wanted to tell a Spider-Man story that the CCA did not permit. Yeah, this is the story that I talked about, right? Like, the one with drugs. The United States, like, wanted a story that had to do with the subject of drugs, basically, like, to fight the war on drugs and stuff. And Stan Lee was the one that did it, and the Comic Code of Authority didn't give it the approval. And so, like, Stan Lee managed to publish it anyway. Now the reason for it, like, you gotta understand, the stores didn't want those comics because it was illegal back then if the cops found something that they would consider obscene, right? And the laws for obscenity back then were different than the ones we have today. And so violence and gore was considered obscene. So if you were a store, you didn't want to get associated with that. You didn't want parents to protest. You didn't want any of that. But if the government commissioned the comic, right, like the government itself is commissioning that comic from Stan Lee, then it's fine. So that's why Stan Lee managed to do it. For the love, most people here grew up with anime and manga, so went furries because fathers didn't beat out. Wait. For the love, most people here grew up with anime and manga, so went furries because fathers didn't beat that out of them. Who did turn kids normal? I don't think like I don't think physical abuse is necessarily going to change a kid. From my understanding, there are like two ways of parenting, and both of them are equally wrong. One is the helicopter brutal type of parenting, where the kid is like placed on a strict regime, like his entire life is decided to him by his parents. And the other type of bad parenting is when the kid is allowed to do everything. And the good type of parenting is somewhere in between. And so if you have like the example that you gave me, like the parent is hyper focused on everything that he does and he's brutalizing the child. The moment the kid manages to get out of his house, and he does, you know, like when he's 19 or so, do you think he will love daddy? No, like that kid will either end up incredibly confused because he has no sense of self. He can't make decisions for himself because for 18 years of his life he was never allowed to. And he ends up getting manipulated by the first group that he finds. Usually these are the types of kids that are taken advantage by radicals, right? Because like if you have a kid that's constantly getting beaten by their parents, they're not going to be like assertive. They're not going to be there's this myth in Hollywood that these are the type of kids that become bullies. No, usually these are the type of kids that become very meek, frightened, kind of like a beaten dog, you know, like a beaten animal. Either they become extremely aggressive because they're afraid, so like they become very violent in order to prevent others from being violent to them, or they become like incredibly submissive and afraid. And if they're submissive and afraid, like they're the perfect target for far left extremists or far right extremists. Because the extremists, they welcome them with open arms, and what that kid wants is someone to tell them what to do. Because they're not trained what to do. They never had the childhood, like their parents decided for them. And so when they go into the extreme group, like they're literally told, this is what you need to do. And they also love it because the ideology is literally the opposite of what his father told him. And if he has resentment towards his father, and if he doesn't like his father, then he's going to cooperate with the far left extremists even more. Small request. Can you check this out? Fox News trashes Mass Effect. It's over 15 years old, but it's from Fox. They use the same talking points as the left. I remember that. That was the Asari. The Asari were a problem because they had lesbian sex. Yeah, no, like the argument is the same. Like the left didn't create new arguments compared to the Puritans. Like they just repackaged the same shit. And now, like, I see people from that criticize anime just repackage the same shit from the video game era. It's perpetual, like it's never ending. They change a little things here and there. They may add or remove a couple of things, but all in all, it's the same. YouTube is deleting comments again. I'm so sorry. There's nothing I can do. Maybe if I try to put all chat. Okay, let's try this. I put live chat. Let's see if it's working better. Puritanical society circles ever and ever. Yeah, I think like most generation hates the previous one. Like the millennials hate the boomers, the zoomers hate the millennials, and so on. And you constantly like get the next generation trying to do literally the opposite of what the previous one did. Right. Chat. I will leave you now because I'm gonna focus on making videos for my channel, and then hopefully I'll go to bed because my wife is expecting me to help her go to the doctor tomorrow. She's going to get a brand new pair of teeth, and so I'll have to go to bed early. I do appreciate for the super chats though. I thank you for the viewership. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And if you put your phones to ring tomorrow, 1 hour before now, I'll be live streaming. So I'll see you guys there.